Hello, it's Euan Plush Studios, and today we have another Angry Birds review. These are the Commonwealth Toys Collectable Figurines. Now, you probably know Commonwealth Toys from their more popular plushies, which I have one right here. Everyone's seen Angry Birds plushie before, I imagine. But they also made these figures along some other Angry Bird stuff, which I don't have on hand to review right now. But without further ado, let's have a look at the history and each of these figures. Now, all the way back in Generation 2, which was around 2011, these figures were released, just these 6, and they're all released in 2 sets. So we had Red and Matilda, Blue and Bomb, and Chuck and a Minion Pig. You could also get Red, Matilda, and Chuck in a 3-pack tin set, which I'll put on the screen now. But yeah, you only got 3 of them, which was kind of strange, because to get all the other ones, you'd have to buy one of these sets. You have to buy one of these sets, then you'd end up with a second Chuck. But yeah, and a little bit later, they released these 2, Hal and Terren. They in their own 2-pack, but Hal, he didn't always look like this. If we're just gonna get him focused, yeah, he didn't always look like this. He had an earlier design, which I'm going to put on the screen right now. But yeah, there's all the 2-packs. There was also a Christmas ornament that Commonwealth released, which had like a king pig in their Commonwealth figure style. I'll put that on the screen now. And these were released from Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4. All packaging types exist, but I can only find one picture of the Gen 3 packaging. So I'll just let those all go by on the screen right now. And finally, let's get into the figures. We're just going to go in game order with these figures, so we're going to start with Red. So here he is. You see, this is quite a nice figure. He has a bit of weight to him despite his size. Yeah, he's not a hollow figure. It's very solid. His tail feather is pretty thick. And he has the spots unlike the plushie. So, I don't know why they weren't on the plushie. Maybe it was just a design choice. They didn't look as good on the plushie, maybe. But yeah, there's not much to say about them. There's no articulation on these. They're just static figures. You see his face right here. They all have outlines on them, which makes them pretty unique. They all have outlines around the eyes. Yeah, it just looks pretty high quality. There's the information on the back if you want to see that. And he has more information stamped down here, which says Rovio, made by Commonwealth Toys, made in China. And there's that on the bottom. There's this plug right here. I don't know, it's just there. I'm pretty sure that is a separate piece. All of them have that, I think. No, not all of them have it, just Red for now. But yeah, here's Red. Let's move on to our next one, which should be Blue. And so here's our Blue figure. You see he's very small. He's quite a bit smaller than Red. Yeah, he's got the accurate 2 tail feathers, unlike the plushie. I don't know why the plushie had 3 tail feathers. So he always had 2 tail feathers. He never had 3 unless Commonwealth was provided with some incorrect artwork of Blue to make the plushie off of. His beak's quite long. That's nice. Or is it that long? No, it's just as long as Red. It just looks bigger because it's on a smaller figure. There's the hair feathers. His pupils are quite small. Like, that's like one of my problems with these. Some of their pupils are quite small. Just looks kind of unsettling. See, Blue has the same information as Red does, and he has a separate piece right here. I'm going to point that out on all of them to see if they do or don't have it, because I don't really have much to say about these. They're just nice figurines, and they don't have any articulation. So yeah, there's Blue. We're going to move on to our next one, which should be Chuck. And here is Chuck. He is probably my favourite of this set. See, he has the outlines around his eyes again. He's looking to his side a bit. I mean, if you put him at that angle, he looks pretty cool, doesn't he? Oh yeah, here he is. His hair feather, that looks nice. And his tail feathers. He is a cone. Yep. I've seen some people portray him as a pyramid shape, but nope, he's a cone here. Yeah, he also has the plug down here. Separate piece, I think, yeah. And you see his underbelly, it goes all the way under, unlike on the plushie, until they changed it. I should mention they also changed the tail feather on blue as well, eventually. And his info is on the back, well, the stamped in info is, you can see it right there. But the printed info is all on the bottom, because he has a bigger bottom than the others. See, it's the same info. Again, not articulated. None of these have articulation. I shouldn't really mention it by now because I already mentioned it on red. Let's move on to our next one, which is Bomb. And here is Bomb. It's a very shiny figure, I'll mention that. His pupils are a good size. There's his wick. See, it's nice. I know I'm saying it's nice for a lot of his stuff, but these are very nice figures. They're nice, high quality, pretty durable. They're just nice quality figures. You can see he is very shiny and reflective. Like, I don't know if you can see me in him, but I hope you can't. But yeah, you see he has white printing on the information. Because, well, he's a black figure. If you put black printing on a black figure, you're not going to see it, are you? But yeah, I think his beak is a little bit small. Like, I don't think it should be that shape. I think this bottom bit should be a bit bigger. That's really my only problem with him. Here's the dark grey underbelly. Oh yeah, here's another problem with him. These aren't painted like his eye bags. They're just indents. I feel like they should have been dark grey. But not really much more to say about him. He's just a nice figure. Let's move on to our next one, which should be Matilda. And so here is Matilda. First thing I want to mention is, I've always thought her beak looks a bit weird. Like, I know it's accurate, she's showing her teeth like in the original render of her, but yeah, it just looks strange to me. You see her eye bags, they kind of protrude a little bit. That's strange to me. Kind of like rounded off. You see that? Just again closely. Yeah, you see the outlines around the eyes. This time actually kind of makes sense because this is a white figure and this is all white. But I guess like if only she had it and none of the others did, it would kind of break consistency. But yeah. Again, she's the first one that doesn't have like the separate piece. Actually, I'm going to check Bob. Do we check Bob? Yeah, Bob has a separate piece. She's the first one where this is the separate piece. This is molded on. And yeah, the information. If you see here, there's a bit of shiny bit, because that's glue. This head feather broke off when I got this figure. And that's the problem with these thin head feathers, like, they break. So, again, not really much to say about Matilda. We've said all we can really say about her. And yeah, let's move on to our next one, which is Hal. And here is Hal, who is tied to be my favourite of the set with Chuck. I do really like this figure, and previously mentioned, there is an earlier design of his Hal figure, but we don't have that one to show today. And this is the first one where I actually feel like a bit of articulation would have gone a long way. Like, he should have had his opening beak. Like, the plushie had it, but he doesn't have it. And you can see right here, he doesn't have the plug, it's molded on. Yep, same info. Yeah, he's got this pretty... Is it the same or is it just similar? It's just similar. Like, Chuck's has 3 points, Hal's has 4. And then the head feather. Yep, it's not stolen from Matilda, it's his own unique piece. But yeah, this is one of my favourites of the set. I do feel his underbelly is a bit... It's not the right shape. I mean, you look at how much it goes all the way around him. I don't think that's right. I think it should just be like reds, where it just covers the front and a little bit of the sides, but this one, it goes all the way around. I don't feel that's right, but he's still one of my favourites of the set. I really like Hal. Let's move on to our final bird, which is Terrence. And unfortunately, Terrence brings up one of my biggest problems with these figures, and that's the scaling. Like, let's bring out Matilda here because this is the best example. Like, look, you bring Terrence here. Matilda is massive. She's bigger than Terrence. But yeah, just looking at this figure on its own, it's a nice figure of Terrence, I guess. I mean, see his tiny face. This whole area here, this is all a separate piece. It's not just a plug bit right here. It's not just a flat bit here, which is a separate piece. Itty bitty tiny tail feather and his tiny little head feather. He does have all the spots and the little wrinkles down here. Yep, he has the spots, which the plushie did have initially, unlike red. And yeah, he even has spots on the back, which I don't think the plushie had either. The info. Yep, don't really much more to say about Terrence. We've mentioned everything we need to. Underscaled, but he's still a pretty solid figure. Let's move on to our one and only pig of the set. And last but not least is the Minion Pig, who breaks our consistency of having black outlines around the eyes. He instead has these weird little rings around his eyes. But yeah, we'll have a look around him. The front of his snout is a lighter green. It's painted a lighter green than the rest of the body. The holes in his ear holes, I think they're a bit small. I think they should have been bigger. Just little circles. He has his mouth, which is a darker green than the rest of him. See right there. His eyes. No tail around the back. He's just got the info. And he's got a separate piece for the flat bit. Yeah, he's just a very nice pig figure. I'll show you how he scales with some other... I'll show you how all of these scale with some other brands of Angry Birds figures for now. And there's how the Commonwealth pig fits in with some other pigs you may own. We have the Mash'em, the Hasbro figure, actually Mattel, sorry, getting them mixed up. And we have the Connect's medium Minion Pig. And while we're getting a small Minion Pig, because those are tiny. But yeah, you see he doesn't really fit in, but honestly, they don't all fit in with each other. Like, they all look a little bit different from each other. Just try and get it a bit closer. Just pick this up. Right, look at them. Closer look at them. Yeah. They don't all fit in with each other. Like, you can see they all have their differences, but we're not going to get too much into that because that's a topic for a future video. Just zoom out and we're going to end off the video now with our final words. So, the Angry Birds Commonwealth figures. They do have their problems, which I did mention, like scaling, which is my biggest problem with them. Tiny Terrence back there. But yeah, they are still very nice figures despite their flaws, of which there are very few of. These are, I've really wanted them since I got back into Angry Birds collecting. Like, these were some of my top wanted items. I'm happy to have pretty much the whole set that matters. But yeah, very nice figures. I recommend them if you're able to get them for a good price. I hope to get that tin one day because I know they sold them in the UK. But yeah, thanks for watching and bye bye. Not taking my camera off the tripod, so I'm gonna crash into figures. Yeah, bye bye.